Ancient Earth impact. An ancient village was destroyed by a comet impacting our Earth. A new study indicated that a village of Syria was destroyed by debris from a comet 13,000 years ago. Now we know that we've had various articles and revelations by scientists saying that yes, the Earth has been impacted about 13,000 years ago. That was when we last had an ice age, and a lot of these comets were originally thought to have hit North America because of an ash layer they had found in sediments there. Then they found that this ash layer was also in all of the Europe and then all of the Northern Empire, the Northern Hemisphere, and then they found that it was in the whole area of the Earth. At least 7 comet impacts. Was it the same comet? Was it fragments of a comet? Was it binary comets or a group of comets? But they found this was impact all over the Earth. Now, this is what they found now, that a Syrian village destroyed 13,000 years ago by a comet impact. Now, a situation in northern Syria, the village was Abu Huraira, was originally settled by hunter-gatherers who lived off the land until a drought forced them to switch to a primitive form of farming. Then one day, somewhere around 13,000 years ago, a cataclysmic event suddenly wiped out the village off the map, and nobody has been able to agree on exactly what happened. Evidence unearthed during an archaeological dig at the site in the 1970s indicated that the settlement was engulfed in flames. However, it remained unclear if the blaze had been started on the ground or if some sort of destructive cosmic event had occurred in the region. Now we know when we have an asteroid or comet impact, the impact is so fast that it melts the rock around. Everything is burnt up. Even the atmosphere burns. So it's just impossible for humans or for anything to live through such a high temperature. And many times we've had extinction level events or near extinction level events because of these impacts. One of them being an asteroid impact that we had 66 million years ago that did away with the dinosaurs, the Yucatan Peninsula asteroid strike. But we had many more. The Earth is scarred with all these impacts, and we'll go into other videos having scientists reveal that we're finding more asteroids and comets every single month. New telescopes are coming out, infrared and X-ray telescopes that can see more clearly what's in space around us, and also the fact that we have interstellar asteroids at the edge of our solar system, interstellar asteroids, alien asteroids from other sun systems around the large planets of the outer edge of our solar system, beyond the Kuiper Belt. So they're not Kuiper Belt objects, but they can, if they slam into Kuiper Belt objects, they can dislodge them and they can come flying into our inner solar system where we are, where our planet is, the third planet from the sun. Now, evidence unearthed during archaeological digs in the 1970s say that they have found some kind of destructive cosmic event that occurred in this region. Now archaeologist Andrew Moore, who had led the team who originally excavated the site, has taken a renewed look at the evidence. He's attempting to solve the mystery once and for all. And by using experimental techniques to replicate the materials found at the village, the researchers were able to determine that certain minerals found in the soil would have required temperatures in excess of 2,000 degrees Celsius to melt, something that could not have been achieved with a conventional fire. So that's a tremendous heat, converting 2,000 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit. That's 3,632 degrees Fahrenheit. You can understand how extremely hot that is. Now, Moore said it's impossible to explain these melted materials on melt glass by any natural process other than a cosmic impact event. The most likely culprit, the researchers now believe, was a cometary debris cluster, a cluster of comets. The largest cometary debris clusters are proposed to be capable of causing thousands of airbursts within a span of minutes across an entire hemisphere of the Earth, he said. An encounter with such a 1,000,000-kilometer wide debris cluster would be thousands of times more probable than a collision with a 100-kilometer wide comet or a 10-kilometer wide asteroid. So this debris cluster would be thousands of times more probable. Now, there are scientists who feel that they have found melted glass in the deserts of Egypt, the Sahara area, and they believe that those melted glass fragments that were found could have been melted by atomic energy or some kind of a nuclear war in the area, an ancient nuclear war. Now, it could be that it could have been by impacts, because we have a tremendous amount of volcanic craters and volcanic lava, and we know that impact events also give a chain reaction in that they pound the impact is so hot and so deep that it sometimes causes earthquakes and, of course, volcanic eruptions, as we had in various parts of northern Egypt. Let me just show you a little bit of what's going on. This is amazing, even going up to this area here. It's amazing because this was not always desert like that. We know from the water erosion marks on the Sphinx of the Giza Plateau in Egypt that at one point it was almost like what we had in the Amazon. It was that hot and lush and tropical, full of water. But look at this now. Let's go into this area. The geologists and archaeologists who were looking at Google Maps found a lot of things, and in 2004 they found an impact event that took place here. In 2014 they found an impact event that took place here, just by watching and examining images on Google Earth. But let's go in a little bit. Oops, sorry, that's too fast. I'm sorry. Let's pull out a little bit. Okay. Egypt. Okay. There we go. You can see, look at that. You can even see them from out here. Let's just take Libya. Take Libya. What's that? What is that? That looks so pristine and new and fresh. What is that? Well, even us, we people who are little wee folk who are not geologists can tell that that's some kind of a cinder cone with a lake in it. And that seems huge. That seems huge. You can see that from Google Earth. More here, more there. Okay, but let's go back, more here, but let's go back to Egypt, and I'll show you the area. It was somewhere around here that, not that, somewhere around here, I can't remember. But anyway, he looked at Google Earth examining all these sites, and he found that there were a tremendous amount of, it's a cinder cone type of a thing, nice and black. He found that there were, that's not it, it's in the southwest of, that's another one here, other one here. He found that this area was impacted. Look at that, that has a type of a structure there. He found that they have found structures as well. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at this, strange. He found that more cinder cones here, more here, and he found that there was an impact event here, and that that caused the ancient Egyptian economy to suffer because of the fact that they had tremendous climate change. That could have been what caused the famine, the Great Famine, the years of plenty, the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of famine that Joseph interpreted as a dream of Pharaoh of Egypt. And that famine lasted throughout the whole land for 150 years at least. There were letters recently discovered by a princess or queen given to, I forgot the queen, but it was about 1486 BC, written to her sister. She called her sister, maybe she was because, quote unquote, she loved her like a sister. Written to her to send food and grain to her people here in this area because they were starving. So Egypt, of course, had the means to support all of Israel. We know that Joseph's brothers and Jacob came to Israel and settled there in this land of Goshen right there, and which is very lush, and they were saved. But this whole area was suffering for 150 years at least. And Egypt never recovered from that, even up to the end of the Egyptian Empire with Queen Cleopatra, who was the last pharaoh of Egypt. She even tried her alliances with Mark Antony and Caesar of Rome in order to have the Roman affluence support Egypt, have them as very strong allies. That didn't work either. They were so terrible. They were in such a demise. So that was their end, obviously. So they found this because of what had happened here. He said the impact causing volcanic eruptions, ash clouds, and a tremendous amount of heat. Something has terribly changed this whole area, as we can see. There's more. What is that there? Let's just take a look at that because I've never seen that. That looks like another volcanic area right there as well. Okay. As you can see a lot by Google Earth and cinder cones as well. That looks very nice flow right there. What is that? Is that a flow or just a mountain? Well, we'll have to go and, if we had the ability to go there, we'd see that. But you can see a lot of pristine looking structures right there, all this as well. So this is what they found there. So was it an atomic war, an ancient atomic war that gave us this melted glass, sand glass, or was it actually a comet or asteroid impact in the area, or a cluster of impacts in the area? This is the question, and we're finding new ones all the time. There are those that say, even from ancient times, even the ancient high priests of Egypt were saying that in the past, also in the future, there will be some kind of a star system, a planetary system that returns towards our inner solar system and wreaks havoc and chaos. We even know that at the time of the Great Flood with Noah, the sun was not able to give a rainbow. The rainbow started after the Great Flood and Noah's emerging out of the ark. So we had not only an ancient geological change, a tremendous earth change, we also had a tremendous astronomical change in that it had to do with the strength of the sun's rays. Now, who knows what our sun was before that? Others said that Saturn was our sun. Who knows? So this ancient Egyptian high priest said that, as he explained to the ancient Greek Solon, who told Plato, and that's how Plato wrote of the sinking of Atlantis, that this happened many times in the past and it will be happening many times in the future. So we have to keep a lookout for this because we know that the international space agencies are slowly somehow disclosing to us that we have a lot of debris, asteroids, and comets, even interstellar comets, even brown dwarf stars at the edge of our solar system, which is, of course, not good. Anyway, I'll leave links below for you for this on Unexplained Mystery. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.